Good evening. Welcome to VC3 News and Sports for Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. I am Shadane McLean. The Ministry of Education began their series of stakeholder consultation and sensitization sessions yesterday to garner feedback on the first draft of a new curriculum, which will soon be fully implemented in primary schools here and across the OECS region. This new curriculum is referred to as the Digital OECS Harmonized Primary Curriculum, or DOHPC, and is scheduled to be micropiloted in 15 primary schools across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In the launching activity yesterday, Senior Education Officer for Curriculum, Aldia Gooms-Dyer, explained to the parents in attendance the reason for the implementation of the new curriculum.
You know that oftentimes all of our children are not doing as well as we expect them to. We have some children who are excelling, we have some who are doing okay, and we have some who are really not doing so well. In addition to that, time is changing. Not so? When I was a child, we had some big broadband television in our homes. Anybody have those still? And they're working good? They smart? Right. So times have changed and we have so many new and different things. Not to say that those older ones that we had before were not good at all. But with new improvements, we want to be part of the new things that are happening.
She added that the new curriculum will further enhance the students' knowledge, making them more successful.
The OECS Education Unit, they decided it is time for us to do a needs assessment. And the needs assessment simply means that you examine what we have. You examine the whole system to see where we are strong and where we are weak, and what we need to bring everything in a way harmoniously that we can live comfortably and successfully. So in other words, what can we do to help all of our children to succeed? The Prime Minister says, I think it is by 2030, each home must have a university graduate in whatever field they choose to study. Some will do TVET, some will do medicine, some will do art. Whatever they choose to study, we must have a university graduate. So we have to start with the primary, with early childhood, with the primary.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines joins globally in bringing awareness on breast cancer, as this month is being observed as World Breast Cancer Awareness Month. World Breast Cancer Awareness Month is celebrated each year on October 1st through 31st, and this year it is under the theme, No One Should Face Breast Cancer Alone. Yesterday, the VC3 Roundtable Talk program hosted in commemoration with observing World Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Addressing the program were employees of the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, Senior Registrar Dr. Erica Jordan, and Registrar Dr. Mark Cumberbatch, who outlined the signs and symptoms of breast cancer.
Everyone says the lump in your breast, but we want you to carry the idea from here, or the knowledge rather, that it is not just a lump. It changes in the shape and the contour of your breast. It is the changes in your skin. It can be that nipple discharge. It can be an axillary lump, or it can be a breast lump. And all of these are things that we look at when we talk about signs and symptoms of breast cancer.
Dr. Jordan further noted that there are times persons can have breast cancer and show no signs nor symptoms.
Yes, there are times when you don't see any of these. And sometimes it can be that you have a very early stage of breast cancer where there is not a palpable lesion. And that is where screening especially comes into play. Because when you screen persons, you are able to detect breast cancer before there is a palpable lump or a visible abnormality to the breast or to the tail of Spence, which extends into your axillary region.
Meanwhile, Dr. Cumberbatch outlines some risk factors leading to breast cancer.
People who have genetic predisposition, meaning, for instance, first generation relatives. So if your mom had breast cancer, then the chances that you also would have breast cancer also increases. There are genes that are also associated with this phenomenon, which we call BRCA1 and BRCA2, mainly BRCA2, BRCA. Those are, can you help me with that? I can't remember the
It's literally breast cancer. The
right.
BRCA
is breast cancer.
The breast cancer genes, one
and
and
2. So number 2 is the main one that is actually associated with breast cancers. Okay, more aggressive ones as well. So you have that gene. There's also what is called protein P53. When there are alterations in this gene controls cell replication. So when there are alterations in this gene, then the cell multiplication becomes uncontrolled and irregular, more frequent, and hence you have development of what is called a neoplasm.
The SVG Peace Memorial Hall has announced its inaugural Grand Market, set to take place on Monday, October 21st to Friday, October 26th, 2024. This landmark event is designed to foster community among local creatives in the craft, fashion, and culinary industries, aligning with the nation's 45th anniversary of independence. Visitors and locals alike are invited to explore a diverse array of handmade crafts, fashionable attire, and delectable culinary delights. This event serves as a celebration of SVG's rich cultural heritage and provides a unique platform for local artists to showcase their talents. Vendors are encouraged to participate in this vibrant community event with options for daily rates or a comprehensive 5-day package. Registration is open daily from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the main office of the Peace Memorial Hall. The deadline for registration is October 7th, 2024. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force SVGPF is continuing its investigation into recent homicides across the country, and the results of post-mortem examinations have provided further insight into the circumstances surrounding these tragic events. The RSVGPF assures the public that every effort is being made to diligently investigate these and other serious crimes and bring those responsible to justice. On September 30th, 2024, the body of 13-year-old Matthew D'Souza of Fairhall was discovered on the beach at Sign Hill Bay. Preliminary reports indicated that D'Souza's body was found naked from the waist down with apparent injuries to his head. A post-mortem examination conducted on October 2nd revealed that D'Souza's cause of death was drowning due to or as a consequence of blunt trauma to the head. One person is currently assisting the police with inquiries and investigations are ongoing. Further updates will be provided as the investigations progresses. Regarding the investigation for Othniel Lavia, on Sunday, September 29, 2024, at around 2 a.m., police were alerted to a fatal shooting in Petit Bodel. Upon arrival, officers discovered the body of 37-year-old Othniel Lavia, a farmer of Petit Bodel, who had sustained multiple gunshot wounds. The district medical officer later pronounced Lavia deceased, and permission was granted for the removal of the body. A post-mortem examination performed on October 2, 2024, determined that Lavia died as a result of exsanguination due to or as a consequence of multiple gunshot wounds. Investigations are actively ongoing as the RSVGPF works to uncover further details related to this case. The RSVGPF encourages anyone with information that may assist in these and other investigations to come forward. The police further noted that the public's cooperation is critical in helping us maintain the safety and security of our nation. TV host promises to use her platform to bring more visitors to the island. This and other stories coming up when we return after the break. Stay with us.
Now available from all lotto agents. Gold Mine, a new $2 Insta-Cash game with a top prize of $3,000. Gold Mine, so easy to play. If your numbers equals the bars of gold numbers in the same group, win the prize shown. You can win up to 3 times. Get your Gold Mine Insta-Cash tickets where there's no waiting for a draw and you can win on the spot. Gold Mine, another easy-to-win Insta-Cash game from the National Lotteries Authority.
Welcome back. Miss SVG host Kadeen Ellis was welcomed at the Argyle International Airport by members of the Tourism Authority and the Miss SVG Committee on her arrival to the country. Ellis, a TV host, podcaster, and actress, will be joined by co-host Khalil Kato on the night of the Miss SVG pageant, themed A Royal Dream, that will take place at Victoria Park this Saturday. Addressing the welcoming ceremony, CEO of the Tourism Authority, Annette Marks, gives a brief description of Kadeen Ellis.
We are highly anticipating Kadeen's participation in the Miss SVG show this year, especially given her own background as a former beauty pageant contestant. I couldn't find out the date, but having won this preteen New York in her youth, and you are still very youthful. She's well known for hosting high-profile events internationally and will undoubtedly further enhance the staging of the Miss SVG show with her professionalism, international recognition, and experience. Miss Ellis is recognized for her roles in TV shows such as Black Love and A Piece of Me, An Everyday Story. She and her husband, Deval Ellis, co-host The Ellises and the Webby Award-winning podcast Dead Ass.
Max further noted that the Miss SVG host, along with her husband, will be taken to different tourism sites across the country,
including hotels, and as well take a tour of our soon-to-be open Holiday Inn and Suites. Kadeem and Deval, we have a packed schedule for you, but I know you're accustomed to it. The content captured over the next week will be just in time for the launch of our newly rebranded Instagram and Facebook pages, which will focus on showcasing St. Vincent and the Grenadines in an enticing way to spark the imagination of potential visitors. We want to make them dream of experiencing our beaches, our culture, events, hiking trail, rivers, waterfalls, diving, sunsets, our sister isles, and much more. Kadeen, wow, Annette, get it right. Kadeen, thank you for your enthusiasm and love for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, demonstrated by your immediate interest in co-hosting the Miss SVG show this year alongside with our own Khalil Kato, and for promoting the gem of the Antilles.
Meanwhile, TV host Kadeen Ellis thanked the SVG Tourism Authority and the Miss SVG Committee for giving her the opportunity to be a part of the pageant this year.
When you reached out to me about hosting this year's pageant, given my pageant background, it seemed kind of like a given, right? Something I've done, it's familiar. However, for me, the sense of pride that I feel for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, for home, is overwhelming. My first trip here was back when I was about 4 years old with my dad and my brother at the time and mom, and of course I don't remember much. However, I do remember wanting to come back, wanting to connect more with St. Vincent. I had a chance to come 12 years ago with a good friend of mine to kind of experience St. Vincent with her then. And then here I am, back in April of this year, I came back with my husband.
Ellis pledges her commitment to use her platform to bring more people to the country.
I feel like this is just the catalyst for me to spark what I believe can be a very fruitful and a very progressive relationship with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I'm here today to pledge my commitment to my home, using my platform, using my voice to bring eyes to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But at the center of it, it's not only looking at what the locals can do for tourism. It's more about what tourism can do for the locals. It's about creating infrastructures and creating systems in place where our people can benefit from tourism, while at the same time maintaining and preserving the beauty of our country. That's also very important to me. I was here in April. I had posted a picture letting people know I was here, and I got so many DMs and messages saying, Vincent, where's that? I've never heard of that. I said, It's a little treasure chest of the most magical places and environments and experiences that anyone could imagine.
Those are our local stories. Coming up next, we have VC3 Sports.
Now available from all lotto agents. Gold Mine, a new $2 Instacash game with a top prize of $3,000. Gold Mine, so easy to play. If your numbers equals the bars of gold numbers in the same group, win the prize shown. You can win up to 3 times. Get your Gold Mine Instacash tickets where there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win on the spot. Gold Mine, another easy to win Instacash game from the National Lotteries Authority. Welcome to the VC3 Sports Update for today, Thursday, October 3rd. I am Anthony Denny. In softball cricket, the National Lotteries Authority Top Belair Progressive Organization TBPO 2020 softball cricket competition had a weekend of action on Saturday and Sunday at the Daphne playing field. On Saturday, Young Stallions registered an 8-wicket win over Vinlac Power Stars. Batting first, Vinlac Power Stars reached 90 for 8 from 18 overs, Raquel Stapleton making 30. Bowling for Young Stallions, Kentish Phillips had 4 for 11 and Renique James 2 for 18. Young Stallions 91 for 2 in reply in 8.2 overs, Terence Patterson 30. Then Oriole Strikers, they defeated Fairbairn United by 61 runs. Oriole Strikers batting first 155 for 8 from 17 overs. Kerwin Williams 45, Tevin Liverpool had 3 for 37, and Adolph Adams 2 for 10 bowling for Fairbairn United, who was then strangled for 94 for 9 in 17 overs. Glendon James made 18, Kerwin Williams took 3 for 13, Dylan Douglas 2 for 13, and Nickron Williams 2 for 15 to ensure Fairbairn United's batters did not get away. Meanwhile, matches on Sunday resulted in wins for Dr. Thomas Injectors, Bank of SVG All-Stars, and New Level. Injectors beat AIA Reload by 6 wickets. AIA Reload 79 all-out in 14.1 overs, with Marlon Williams hitting 33. Bowling for Injectors, Kimo Brown took 3 for 14, Winston Holder 2 for 4, Brinal Maloney 2 for 7. Injectors 82 for 4 from 11.1 overs in response. Ahmed Baptiste and Chester Keel both struck 22, while Gerando Jardine got 2 for 18 bowling for AIA Reload. Also, Bank of SVG All-Stars defeated Combat Warriors by 32 runs. All-Stars made 121 for 9 from their 20 overs. Nyron D'Souza 36 and Roderick John contributed 28. For Combat Warriors, Kerwin Brown scalped 3 for 18 and Kamal Jackson 2 for 11. Combat Warriors' response was 89 all-out in 18.3 overs. The trio of Otney Lewis 3 for 17, Cody Horn 2 for 2, Rashid Frederick 2 for 38, bowled All-Stars to victory, and New Level won by default from Rudy's Electrical. In cricket, St. Lucia Kings booked their place in the 2024 Republic Bank Urban Premier League CPL final with a 15-run victory over reigning champions Ghana Amazon Warriors in a weather-curtailed match at the Ghana National Stadium in Providence last evening. Winning the toss and batting first proved a wise decision given the forecast, and Faf du Plessis led from the front once more for his side. An opening stand of 124 runs between himself and Johnson Charles ensured the Kings posted a challenging total of 198 for 5 of their 20 overs. Charles was starting to eye up a three-figure score when he was well caught on the boundary by Kimo Paul off the bowling of Moeen Ali for 79 of 45 deliveries. Duplessis then fell for a well-made half-century of his own. The Kings captain forced to depart after Ramonula Gurbaz held on to an exceptional catch from a firmly hit shot down the ground of Shamar Joseph. In response, the Warriors had reached 106 for 4 at the end of the 13th over before the persistent drizzle turned into heavier showers and the players were taken off the field by the umpires. Unfortunately for the 2023 CPL champions, it then did not relent, meaning they were behind the required run rate on DLS calculations when the match was called off an hour later, still requiring 92 runs of the remaining 42 deliveries. When the weather intervened, the Warriors still would have fancied their chances of hauling down the total with a well-set Shimon Hebmaier looking dangerous with 37 off 18 balls and Moeen Ali having just joined him. The Warriors will have a chance of setting up a rematch with a victory over Barbados Royals in the final eliminator match on Friday evening. St. Lucia Kings will await either side in Sunday's final with an inaugural CPL title very much in their sights. In football, Greggs is now the 2024 Northeast Football League village champion thanks to a goal from player Zidane Sam when his team came up against Spring Village on Sunday at the Chile playing field. Sam's goal dethroned the Spring Village, who had a chance to equalize late in Sunday's final, but that's Urel Matthias saw his penalty stuffed by Anthony Hazel, Greggs' goalkeeper. The two heroes of the final match were later rewarded as Sam claimed the Best Striker award and Hazel Player of the Final. Spring Village got 3 individual awards as Jermaine Jarvis was adjudged the Best Goalkeeper, Urel Matthias Best Defender, and Desroy Adams Best Manager. Other awardees were Terrace Joseph of Overland. He was awarded Best Midfielder, while Byra scalped the Most Disciplined Team accolade. Meanwhile, the 3 top teams, Greggs, Spring Village, and Overland, were awarded trophies and cash prizes. That's the VC3 Sports Update for today, Thursday, October 3rd. I am Anthony Denny.
That's the end of our VC3 News and Sports. Join us on our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, as well as the VC3 channel 114 for more updates. See you next time. I am Shadane McLean.